Very quickly, we have in a way tried to explain and identify this new challenge. But how does one go about fighting it? Because it's quite possible that people who are being looked at in a very innocuous manner may turn out to be very dangerous, and that is exactly what happened in the Faridabad module. There are other students studying in the Falah University who may have had no idea that some of their colleagues and classmates were into such a sinister game plan.
Thank you very much, Mitaji, for asking this very interesting question. And I must thank General Saab, because General Saab brought a very apt point that such networks and such centers are existing in the entire North India, maybe in parts of South India also. And it's very critical to find out, what they are doing and how they are doing. So how to deal with them? See, so I have two opinions here. Well, large-scale de-radicalization projects have not been very successful. Like, you can see the examples of Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, UK. The governments ran countrywide, large-scale de-radicalization projects, and they invited different imams and maulvis. But that simply ended up in wasteful expenditure without producing any results. Now, coming here, like what's happening right now, these white-collar terror modules, we should also look at it from the angle of strategy and tactics. After the abrogation of Article 370, Pakistan has completely changed the strategy because of the fact that NIA did a massive crackdown on the old OGWs and old networks. The Pakistan-centric, Pakistan-supported terror groups decided to completely abandon the old OGWs and recruit a new breed of OGWs who are highly educated and intellectual, as they cannot be identified. And the kind of attacks which they plan to do now require more technical expertise, like handling drones, handling very highly complex explosives. For that, they require these educated intellectuals. So now what we need to do to tackle them is that we need to revamp our intelligence networks and structuring. Okay? You need to have a very robust and strong human networks. You need to get into those groups, and you need those experts who can crack down or like at least penetrate these telegram channels or encrypted communication applications. So first is the intelligence footprint. Then you have to deal with such organizations like Jamaat-e-Islami, and you have to keep a strict watch on all these Deoband seminaries and other religious institutions. If an institution like
now it is all the coming up. Now it is the regular campuses. I mean, we have moved beyond the seminaries and madrasas.
Yes, I'm coming to that.
Yes.
If a university like Al Falah is coming up in a particular area, and you have a huge contingent of Kashmiri students studying in that university, then I guess these are telltale signs. I guess the agencies, without harassing any student, they should at least find out what is the financial drain, who is funding that organization, what are these students doing, what are their backgrounds. Now, just briefly, I would like to mention this Dr. Umar, who died in this suicide blast, who was the main perpetrator. I'm told that back in 2020 or like 3-4 years back, his activities did come under the notice of agencies. This is something which I'm telling because I spoke to some officers who were working on the ground, and they already heard of, this nexus of doctors, and this man was, probably under the watch. So I think, if you do a sustained monitoring and intelligence agencies are active, by active I say not reactive, particularly active in keeping a very, I would say, advanced posture of monitoring and scrutinizing these things, then I guess you'll be able to diffuse such attacks and act much in advance.
Absolutely, not doing it so much on the face, not by scaring anybody or in a reactionary manner, but nevertheless in a modern, in a technically driven manner, we can keep an eye, we can step up our vigilance.